Planning a Christmas market trip can feel really stressful because there are so many incredible markets to choose from. Today, I'm sharing exactly how I plan a Christmas market trip. Everything from choosing which cities to go to booking hotels and flights, and everything in between. And make sure you stay tuned to the end because I'll also be sharing a link to my Christmas market trip planner that you can use to plan your own trip. If you're new here, hi, I'm Brenda from Bon Voyage Brenda, my channel where I share travel tips and experiences to help you travel better. If that sounds like something you're into, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to like this video if you find it helpful. Now let's jump right in with one of the best parts of a Christmas market trip, choosing which ones to visit. The first thing I do in researching a trip is not building an itinerary. It's creating a list of markets I think I might like to visit. I do this by doing a little bit of research on Google, TikTok, Pinterest, and watching YouTube videos. I'll look up things like the best Christmas markets in Europe or the most charming Christmas markets in Europe. You can really tailor your search to your needs. And I think that's really important to search specific things that are important to you because honestly, there is no perfect Christmas market trip. There's just the trip that's perfect for you. Once I've compiled a big list of cities I think I might want to visit, then I decide how much time I'm actually going to spend on this trip. This is going to look different for everybody because not everybody has the same amount of vacation time or the same budget to go for longer. The longer you're there, the more it costs. Personally, I think 7 to 10 days is the sweet spot for Christmas markets. Any less than that and you're starting to feel really rushed, and any more than that and it can start to be a lot. One thing I always remind people when they're flying from the US is that you lose a day on the way there. Almost every flight from the US is going to be overnight, which means that if you leave on a Friday, you're not going to land until Saturday. And depending on what time you land your first day, it may not even be a sightseeing day, so it might not count. If you have limited vacation time and you're okay hitting the ground running, one way that you can maximize your days off is to leave on a Friday night after work, land on Saturday, and then fly home the following Sunday. This essentially gives you 8 to 9 days to spend visiting Christmas markets while only using 5 days of paid leave, assuming you don't work on weekends. Just try to be mindful of how much you're trying to squeeze into the amount of time that you have. You don't want to feel overrushed. Once I know how long I have to spend, I can start narrowing down my cities and deciding how long I want to spend in each one. I usually start by prioritizing things on my list. If there's one market that you know you want to visit, mark that as number one and make sure that that is your priority when planning your other cities to visit. Now, don't try to pack too much into too short of an amount of time. If you only have a week, you're probably not going to be visiting 6-7 countries. You don't want to be in a different city every single day. That gets really exhausting. So make sure that you prioritize the markets that you really want to be in, and then also look at them geographically. For example, if I know that I really want to visit Vienna, then Paris might not be in the cards for this trip. I'd want to look at cities that are closer, like Prague, Bratislava, and Budapest. The goal is to create a route that's manageable so you're not spending more time getting from place to place than you are enjoying the markets. This is where I also start looking at and putting together the order of my cities. Sometimes it makes more sense to fly into one city and out of another. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. Also, and especially if this is your first time visiting Europe, these cities are destinations in their own right, completely aside from Christmas markets. So you want to make sure to not do yourself the disservice of not leaving any time to experience the city. Make sure that you're spending long enough that you get to enjoy the Christmas markets and that you also get to see some of the most famous sites. Once I have my route pretty well figured out and I know how long I have, it's almost time to start looking at flights. But there's one important step you don't want to miss, and that is checking the opening and closing dates of the markets you're going to. This is something you definitely don't want to miss because not all Christmas markets run on the same schedule. Some of them open mid to late November, some of them don't open until the first or second weekend of December, and some of them close on December 23rd or 24th, while others stay open till the beginning of January. The easiest way to find out is just to Google the specific market. I always like to check the city or country's tourism board website because that's going to have the most accurate and up-to-date information. Just make sure that you know the dates before you book your flights. One year, I went to Prague 2 days before the markets opened, and even though I'd been to those Christmas markets before, that was not the experience I was looking for. So once you know all of your opening and closing dates, you have a rough idea of your itinerary, it's time to start looking at flights. Now, I always use Google Flights when I'm looking for flights. I think it's the best search engine to find the most wide variety and get the most accurate pricing. I have an entire video on how to use Google Flights that I'll link here. One of the biggest things you can do to save money is to be flexible in the actual dates that you go and come back. Flights can vary widely by price, even by one day. So Google Flights also allows you to look at the calendar and see when the best prices are. Also, as I mentioned earlier, you can do a multi-city flight. Now, instead of doing a round trip, you will fly into one city and home from another city. So say that you wanted to start in Prague and then travel to Budapest, Bratislava, and Vienna. Instead of taking the train all the way back to Prague, you could just fly home from Vienna. This is called a multi-city flight, and you can search for these in Google Flights as well. In the drop-down menu that defaults to round trip, just select that and scroll down to multi-city flights. Now you can put your departure airport, your first arrival airport, and the date you're leaving, and in the second line, you can put the city that you want to fly home from, your home airport, and the date you're coming home. Now it'll give you some options for multi-city flights. I use these almost every time I do a Christmas market trip, and they're rarely ever much more expensive than just flying round trip into one city. And you don't have to waste the time, money, and energy getting back to your original city. Once I have my flights booked, I know exactly what dates I'm going to be in which city. It's time to start looking for hotels. Now, with Christmas markets, I think it's really important to stay closer to the markets. This way, if you want to go back to your hotel in the middle of the day to drop something off or to rest, warm up, it can be really cold in the wintertime in Europe, then it's right there. Also, if you want to stay out late at the market, you don't have to worry about Ubers or public transportation to get back to your hotel. There are a few exceptions to this. In cities where hotels are more expensive by the markets, like Munich or Salzburg, I've had to stay closer to the train station and then Uber in, and that was a more cost-effective way. But for the most part, I try to stay close to the market. One way that I like to find hotels closer to the market is by using Google Maps. I just look up where the main Christmas market is. It's usually in a square, and then I enter that into a Google map. While I have that open, I click the hotel button, and it's going to populate all the hotels in that area. I can insert the dates I'm going to be there, and now I can see the prices for all of the hotels and start narrowing it down. I also have a list of my favorite hotels linked in the description below, so feel free to check that out. Once I have my flights and hotels booked, it's time to start looking at the logistics of getting from city to city. For this, I almost always use the Omio app. It lets you compare trains, buses, and even some flights all in one place, so it's really easy to see your options. You can book tickets right in the app, and I love that it keeps all of my tickets together. It also stores my information so I don't have to put in my name, address, and all of that other information every single time I book a ticket. The time of day that you travel between each city really depends on how long the trip is. The price of the trains or buses at different times of day can fluctuate, and if you're counting that travel day as a day in the market you're leaving or the market you're arriving at. If you arrive in a city before your check-in time, you can still go to your hotel, and 9 times out of 10, they will store your luggage for you for free and keep it there until you go back to check in. This will save you on luggage storage. But if you're doing a stopover, like if you wanted to stop in Bratislava between Vienna and Budapest, there's also usually luggage storage in the train station. So you can just put your bags inside of a locker and leave it there while you go out and enjoy the city for the day. And when you return to get on your train to the next city, your luggage will be there waiting for you. Once all of my transportation is booked, it's time to start planning all the fun stuff. Like, what are you going to do every day? What sites are you going to see? Which markets are you going to visit? And what food are you going to eat? I always like to have a list of things that I want to try at the Christmas markets, but aside from that, again, you're in some of Europe's greatest cities, so there's always going to be really great cafes and restaurants. For example, in Vienna, I had to go to Café Sacher to try the original Sacher tort. It was such a fantastic addition to my trip. One of the ways I find things to do is the same ways that I find markets to visit. I Google or use TikTok or YouTube. Then, once I have some things that I want to do, I go over to Google Maps. Now, I don't use Google My Maps. I actually just use the Google Maps app, and I'll create a list for the city and save all the places that I want to do. This way, when I'm out in the city, I can just look at the map and see if there's anything I marked close by. That way, I'm not crisscrossing the city all day long. The last thing you're going to want to do is decide what you're going to pack. I have a packing list all made that I will link below. It's over on my blog and it has all the basics that you're going to need. Also, I'll be making a more detailed packing video soon, so again, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. And as promised, to make your planning even easier, I've made a free Christmas market trip planner that you can find at the link right here. It includes some really handy worksheets plus a Christmas market packing checklist. I hope this video helped make your Christmas trip planning a little less overwhelming. If it did, I'd really appreciate if you could like this video and if you could subscribe. It really helps my channel grow and allows me to keep making content for you. Also, I have a whole series on Christmas market trip planning, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those. You can also check out my vlog from my 17-day Christmas market trip. There is a part 1 and a part 2. I will link part 1 here, and they are both linked below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.